Alright boys, welcome back to another video, and today I have some more dev statements. They're kind of in between a couple of different threads, but I thought, they were kind of interesting. I didn't really have like a specific video that they all kind of, intertwined with, but they're just a lot of random dev statements that I thought would be kind of cool to go over and yeah, provide some information. Like always, first link down below in the description is a playlist to the most up-to-date Bannerlord news, updates, and all of that. And let's get right into it. Ooh, excuse me. Alrighty, so the first one is we have a person asking, I guess, a couple of questions and the dev responding. Alright, let's do it. So the person first asks, I can't even recall, or statements, I can't even recall the last patch with new added quests. There were a couple of them, but they are very few in between. That is true. Sure, 1.7, 1.8 were great in the scope of gameplay-wise features, but the amount of quests in game and the repetitiveness makes me wonder if the team plans to add more of them in nearest updates, where the main focus is now making more maps and focusing on the battles and other general stuff. So, if I'm not mistaken, because I just read that he said 40 quests right here. If I'm not mistaken, well, it depends if you count like the tutorial as a quest and the main story as quests. But in terms of like quests in game, if I'm not mistaken, it's a little bit over 30. But he says it's 40 plus, which I'm not sure is accurate. Unless I'm missing some. I might be missing some because he's the developer. He knows more than me. But yeah, they have added some. If they want to add more, that'd be cool too. But again, like we've stated before, in terms of quests, it's not like they're going to add any quests that don't kind of follow the same system as the current quests. You know what I mean? I feel like people want quests that make more drastic change to the world map and to like the kingdoms, but that's not, the devs have stated before, that's not what they're trying to go for. They're trying to go for quests that, they do something for the player, they do something for the NPCs, they do something for the local town or something like that, but they're not going to like completely change the direction of the game or like direction of your save, you know what I mean? So Dev replies, says some additional quests are a possibility, cool, but I don't personally think that this would significantly impact your experience. My bad, I can't read today. IRC. What is IRC? I always see people say IRC. That's like a abbreviation. What is IRC? If I remember correctly, wow. The more you know. All right. If I remember correctly, there are some 40 plus issue quests in the game. So if we add 5 more, that's nice, but not a drastic change. True. I want to know what all 40 are. I wish, because I have a playlist on YouTube that shows off all the quests that I've kind of found, you know what I mean? But, yeah, I wish they would, like, list the quest names so I know exactly what to look for, because it's nowhere on the internet right now, like, exactly what all the quests are. I might have to, like, maybe email or maybe even get on the forums and ask the question myself, but, yeah, I really would like to know what all the quest names are so I could find all of them and show them off. Then he says, on the other hand, adding 40 more seems unrealistic to me. Okay. What may, however, still help is further tweaks and balancing with the issue generation to have a better distribution of active issues. Naturally, this is somewhat limited by issues being tied to world conditions. Yes, so if you didn't know, quests pop up when certain things happen. For example, the quest of needs grain, because the devs have went over this extensively. The quest where, like, a village needs grain, it will only pop up if, like, the town that the village is connected to doesn't have grain, or the price of grain has gone up too high, and then the village also doesn't have grain, and also there's like 3 different things that have to happen before that quest pops up, and that's how all the other quests works as well. They all have like triggers, and once all the triggers are like, in the green, the quest will pop up. But yeah, I'd love to see more quests. I don't mind it. I feel like in my opinion, I'm kind of excited to see what kind of like modded quest lines and stuff like that people are going to come up with. I think people are waiting for, obviously, in terms of like, in my opinion, I think that the big overhaul mods, the big all this, I feel like they're waiting for the full launch to actually put those out, because once the full launch happens, there's still going to be patches, but they're not going to be as frequent. I know people think that oh, they're not frequent right now because it's 2 months apart. In terms of a person who's making a very huge mod that could take months and months, sometimes even years, having the game code be changed every 2 months for the player might seem like it's, you know, how can I explain it? For the player, it might seem like it's way too far in between, but for a modder, it's pretty frequent, if that kind of makes sense. Or I'm completely wrong, and a modder can change my mind, but I feel like someone who makes, you know, who takes a very long time to make it, you know, if the code gets changed 5-6 times a year, it's kind of annoying. Next, the player says, more specific question right now. Being of a faction cuts out the possibility to accept a Lord request. Mostly fetch type quests, but still. So in general, you lose some without offering some new ones in return. Are there any plans to make king-only quests to compensate the described above situation? Yeah, see, I would like that too. Like king quests, like stuff like that. Like that, I feel like there should be again, but this would change the world drastically. So again, it's something that devs aren't trying to do. So I'm trying to work within the framework that they gave. But yeah, like quests for like later stages of the game would be pretty cool. But again, here's some maybe, but maybe not. It's leaning towards the maybe not. The dev says nothing concrete. We can explore any ideas though. No hope. TM. What is that? Okay. All right. Next, the player says, this one may be tedious, but still, I'm really interested. I remember you mentioning in some other topic, quests are boring. If I remember correctly, the quest actually affects some stats, but the info about these effects is actually nowhere to be found. We did go over that thread, by the way. Could you please share a list of effects for quests available in the game? Right now, I only know what the village needs. Tools, boosts a village hearth rate. Village need grain, boost prosperity. What about the others? Again, like I said, yes, this is what I want, man. Either put it in an encyclopedia or put it on like a thread on the forums where you list each quest and you just give us all that info. You know what I mean? I think it would be very interesting to, you know, read about, talk about. Shoot, I can make videos about it. I think it would be very good for players to know exactly what certain things do in terms of, in a way, it could help your play style. Or, you know, it could help you do certain things that you want to do with your save if you know exactly what the quests are doing. You might have a good idea of it, but to know the exacts it's pretty, you know, I like it. Dev says, I will look into it, but no promises. Also do note that the effects are updated across patches, so any information I share can be outdated over time. That is true. Next! We have another person asking a question. They say, bro, I feel you. If you can compare Botanian cities with other culture cities, they look like boop. Botanian have so nice music, but they just need better looking cities. Okay. The dev responds, idea is that Botanian is the oldest empire still standing, and their towns and stoneworks are remnants of the past, and some towns are built on and amongst the ruins. While castles are much easier to build, most of them are fresh settlements, and few of them are earthen ramps. Is that, am I saying that right? Earthen? Yeah. Ramps at low level walls. Or low wall levels. I cannot read today. Jesus. But, that's cool. It's a little cool little information, a little bit of lore. You know what I mean? I don't know what to really do with that, but hey, we got some lore. By the way, I just remember. I don't know why I just remembered this, but that box that the TerraWorld sent me, like way when the game launched, when, you know what I mean, when I just made the channel and just started making content of Bannerlord, they sent me a box of like stuff, and I told you guys I would do like a story time where I read like the specific stuff that's in that box only, and I didn't do it. I'm gonna do it, guys. All right, because I just remembered about it. I'm gonna go write it down right now. All right. Alrighty. I wrote it down now on my notepad of stuff to do. I'm going to do that because I just remembered it, and yeah, you guys are gonna get some lore videos. I'm gonna try to like it might be in a little bit actually. I'm moving. You know what I mean? I know this has nothing to do with the video, but I'm moving. So in like a month, I want to do like a nice little setup. I get like one of those big armchairs. I put like the one light so you guys can only see, like, you know what I mean? Like everything's gonna be dark except one light. And I'm going to be like reading you guys a nighttime story. Oh my god, I already got it in my head. All right, that's what we're going to do. All right, next. We have... What is Snip? What is this? All right, let's see what developers say. So it just says snip, but I don't know exactly what's that in turn. But all right. So dev says a dialogue option with, for example, governors is the most straightforward option I see as well. The problem with a time delay is opinions, allegiances, or even existing can change during the time frame. Hence, any recommendations made by the minister for things like defection. Okay, I need to find where this conversation started because I don't understand. Where is it? Oh no. I'm confused. Did I miss it? So he responded to him, right? But where is he? 13? Sorry, where are you, man? All right, I'm confused. Let's go back to it and let's try to make what we can of it. All right. Alrighty, so the dev says a dialogue option with, for example, governors is the most straightforward option I see as well. The problem with the time delay is that opinions, allegiances, or other allegiances existence can change during the time frame. Hence, any recommendations made by the minister for things like defection may be faulty, and not even a barter would be permitted at the actual time of interaction. Marriage, in turn, is meant to require the romance persuasion for the player, as far as I know, so it would only be available for barter after that succeeds. Mercenaries would cause less trouble, though. Here too, information provided before time delay are far likely from perfect. Okay, so we're talking about messengers, right? Messengers that can be sent out to, to get people to join you or defect from one place to another. Messages that can be sent for marriage. And he's saying that this would be a problem because there would be a time delay for the messengers, and in turn, different stuff can change in the world. So by the time you get the message, it might not be what the original message was. But I feel like, what if you just kept the original message how it was, and then once you clicked either accept or that, just kept the original, either amount or that. I feel like you can override that, in my opinion. I don't know. Then he says one possibility would be a higher set of requirements, additional costs that could simply ignore changes in positive opinion or position and opinion. I really can't read it. I'm sorry. It's really late. That normally cause an outright rejection. Though when it comes to defection, they may mean a swift departure of the convinced. Yeah, I feel like you can override that. I feel like that could happen, and you can override that, pay a little bit more, but it saves you from actually running around and talking to random people. Yeah. I want messengers, man. I really do. I think it will really improve a lot. Then we have another player saying, could we just leave out the specifics until the dialogue happens when the messenger arrives? Use current information to prompt options, but don't give us the details that are changed by the time when the messenger arrives. Yeah, exactly. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, just override the system. It doesn't have to be too immersive or anything like that. Whenever we get the messenger, give us like he said, just give us the information that we have that's happening right now. Not when the messenger was first sent out, just what it is now, and we could accept it or decline it. I agree. Dev says, what I'm describing basically means that a messenger can arrive to you, not interested, without any barter, etc. Similarly, it would need to cover cases of the clan being destroyed, having defected to another kingdom, or even to your kingdom. And just to be clear, I still think it's the most viable option for the higher level of control rather than just responding to items put forward by the AI. I'm just going over some challenges and imperfections that come with it despite that. Okay. I still think, I really hope it gets put into the game. I just feel like if I'm a king, I should be able to send people out to be like, hey, we need more vassals. Hey, we need more mercenaries. Hey, we need, you know what I'm saying, more, I guess, you know, women or men to marry. You know what I mean? I feel like you should just be able to do that. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it's a good thing to have. I feel like as the king, I shouldn't have to run around. I feel like as the king, I should be able to sit in my castle and be like, you go do this, you go do that. No, I'm just kidding. But realistically, I think a messenger system is really needed in the game, in my opinion. Next. Oh, no, that was the same thing, just down the page. Alrighty, well, that pretty much does it. Just a bunch of information. Do with it as you will. Kind of summarize. We might get some more quests in the future. Cool to hear. What else? Battanians. They're pretty old. And messengers. Could happen, could not. Who knows? I want it to happen, though, you know? But that will do it for me. Let me know what you guys thought, and I'll see you in the next one.